women's competition. This could seal it! Wouldn't you know it? Unbelievable!
The celebrations, there they are.
Oh! Talk about a grandstand finish!
Well, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
The fairy tale is complete. The Central Coast Mariners, champions of Australia.
Hello, I'm James Dodd and welcome to the Isuzu UTE A-League Highlights Show. For the first time in competition history, every game in both the men's and women's competitions was played in Sydney as part of the inaugural A-League's Unite round. Kicking us off at CommBank Stadium was a clash between two sides desperate for a win as Macarthur FC faced Western United. For the Bulls, Mile Stajovski's side were looking to put an end to a bumpy run of form which has seen them go 5 games without a win, while John Aloisi's Western knew a win here could see them move off the bottom of the ladder. Your match commentators for this one are Daniel McBreen and Ben Homer.
Closing in on Connor Payne as Western United's highest appearance maker is Roos. That's a nice direct run, and here's the opportunity for Western United, and it's Garuccio who opens the scoring with his first goal of the season, and that is the perfect start to Unite round for United. It looked as though things were going to break down. Now there's space here for Davila! An absolute special to celebrate Unite round from the Mexican star. That's 13 for Macarthur's second highest goal scorer in club history.
I also think in the last 5 or 10 minutes, Macarthur is starting to get a little bit more possession, a little bit more confidence.
Jed Drew in behind. Davila! The deflection from Trapp was a goal-saving block from the defender. And that's how close it was to a double for the captain. And Thurgate onto the head, Curto. That's why he's one of the best goalkeepers in this competition. That is point blank. And Roos has pinched it off Holman's toes. Michael Roos bearing down on goal. Curto saved it. Wales puts it in. Referee says no goal. It's a handball. And now Jed Drew with Germain. This is promising for the Bulls. The Frenchman finds Holman and his touch just a little too heavy. Davila pinches it. Davila scores. The captain on the double for Macarthur. It's a history-making goal. He becomes Macarthur's all-time leading goal scorer in the A-League and across all competitions, but more importantly, it puts the Bulls back in front here. Let's it run for Thurgate. Nazarene, Thurgate. Passing channel locked off by Lewis. And now Wales. And it's Curto again who smothers the opportunity. The fire blanket for Macarthur on show once again to deny Lockie Wales. Wozanovski. Pena. Botic. Pena! Philip Curto once again to the rescue for the Bulls. Pena for all money thought that was in. Garuccio finds his right back in Risdon. Nazarene. Thurgate off the post. Pena follows it in and scores the equaliser for Western United. They will not go away, the green and black, and we are back level once again. Now Botic showing his toe, taking on Popovic down the right. Nazarene. Pena, a little bit of space opens up. Pena! Like a bullet! Daniel Pena with a brace, and he puts Western United back from 2-1 down. They are 3-2 ahead. The Brazilian lining up in Unite round.
Well, Benny, you said we haven't seen the highlights that we saw him provide at the Jets. Well, on the Harvey Norman replay, there it is.
Raphael. Risdon. Davila hooks it back. Germain and Hewitt Bell would have had his heart in his mouth for a moment there, and the ball just bobbled up so kindly. Here goes Pena driving forward. Adamson did well. Wales almost stepped on the ball. Little pirouette. Spills here. Pena hooks it over the top. Bodic! And just trickles wide. It would have ended the 10-game goal drought for Noah Bodic. Gee whiz, that was a near miss for the Bulls. And floated towards Rose, who got up beautifully. And just as Bodic had the moment some minutes ago, it was the chance for Lockie Rose to have his time.
Well, that's a better opportunity. It's a great run from Vujic, and look at that ball. You can't ask for anything better. He's got between both defenders, and he really must score there.
For the 20-year-old. And there it is! He's got it! A hat-trick! Well, that is miraculous from Uli Darvola. A hat-trick for MacArthur, and they've pulled it back again.
So honours even at Combank Stadium as Ulises Davola's sensational display ensured the Bulls avoided a fourth loss of the campaign. Following on from that game at Combank Stadium was Melbourne City against Western Sydney Wanderers. Despite playing in their home stadium, Marco Rudan's Wanderers were the nominated away team for this fixture and were looking to bounce back on home soil, having been beaten 1-0 last time out by the Mariners. Meanwhile, Aurelio Vidmar's Melbourne City have been steadily climbing the A-League ladder after chalking up 4 wins during their current 6-game unbeaten run, but also be buoyed by the fact they're undefeated against the Wanderers in their last 8 meetings. Calling the action for this one is Daniel McBreen and Robbie Thompson.
Adelato again releasing Milanovic. Has he managed to keep it in play? He has. Taking on Talbot. That's a great ball across, and Antonsen is there! 2.5 minutes on the clock, and the goals are already flowing. Western Sydney have an early lead at home. The referee is going to come across and have a look now. Now, what angle is the referee going to have? Because
you can see Marco Rudan saying it's impossible to tell from that angle. You see there, he backs it. Looks like his left hand goes towards the ball in a motion to back the ball. And I think this might be called back. A lot of probing balls like this one trying to get him behind.
Ooh, and the mistake from Galloway has let Antonsen in here. His shot straight at Jamie Young.
That's one of the first ones to really have an outcome. It was a mistake. Antonsen done it quickly. Not a bad effort.
Just saw McLaren's career stats there. 151 A-League goals in total. Oh, that's a great pass for Parias. Great goal. Wonderful ball from Badalato. Releasing Dylan Parias in behind. Marco Rudan asking if there was anything wrong with that one. It looked pretty good from up here. Wonderful clinical finish.
That was a tidy finish as well from Parias.
The mistake. They've got another chance here, and Jamie Young, Parias almost had a double. They've played their way all the way through here. Parias' cross is brilliant. Oh! And now the follow-up, and put wide by Bonatig. A Priestman, rather, who shot over the crossbar with the goal at his mercy. Here goes Clisby, charging forward. Milanovic. Cross deflected. That was heading in. And Jamie Young concedes the corner, had to react quickly. Now looking to get away from Simmons, he's done brilliantly. Natel's ball near post, and Arslan. He did brilliantly just to get the angle on that shot, Tolgay Arslan.
Yeah.
Now long, Bonatig again, it's Milanovic making that run in behind, it's perfectly weighted pass.
Good run, great ball.
For Melbourne City, Milanovic. It's a lovely turn and space here for Priestman. Parias arriving at the back post. The ball across the face. Oh, and Parias. And it's a real chance gone begging.
Yeah.
Dylan Parias' first half strike enough to secure all 3 points for Western Sydney Wanderers as they move back up to 3rd on the ladder, while Melbourne City dropped down to 6th after suffering their 4th loss of the season. Saturday's Isuzu Ute A-League action saw Central Coast Mariners travel down to Sydney to face Melbourne Victory at Allianz Stadium. Having secured an impressive win over the Wanderers last time out, Mark Jackson's Mariners were looking to inflict a first defeat of the season on Melbourne Victory, but would have to get the job done without forward Marco Tullio, with the Brazilian having now left the club to move to Japan. As for the Victory, with top scorer Bruno Fornaroli still away on international duty, Tony Popovic handed Ben Falami just his third start of the season as they look to maintain their spot on top of the ladder. Your commentary team for this one is Grace Gill and Teo Pellizzeri.
Thea Harris trying to get between the lines, a kind deflection. Storm Rue as far forward as we've seen him venture today. Qual waiting in the middle! And the finishing touch was not applied. A great chance for Central Coast, a great chance for Alu Qual. The game remains 0-0. Nisbet, great vision, sees Storm Rue breaking down the right. Tucks it inside, Thea Harris. Rue, through traffic it goes. Wilson on the snapshot and saved by Izzo to deny Qual. There was a foul already though. Bit of sacrificial defending. Izzo's down and hurt. The key is that the ball stayed out of the net.
Well, it's another prime opportunity for the Mariners. Good choice of pass there from Storm Rue, gets the return favour. Again, another kind deflection and it's good goalkeeping once more from Paul Izzo.
Mashash just had to drag the ball under his control. Apprehension in the Mariners' defence. Economidis goes down. Penalty. Well, the Central Coast defence collectively fell asleep. And Chris Economidis stole in, won the ball, and has won a spot kick. Danny Vukovic waits on the line. He doesn't have the crowd behind him, Arzani, as boos ring around the stadium. He silences them with a goal. And the travelling Victory fans are all that can be heard around Allianz as Victory strike first in Unite round. Daniel Arzani's penalty makes it Victory 1, Mariners 0. Dan Hall, centre back, venturing forward. Rue, we've seen him in this position before. And the header improvised from Qual after it just crept over the head of Roderick Miranda, but it's well wide of the goal. Ballard. Happening deep in midfield for the Mariners. Can they flip the field here with an incisive through ball? Jing Reese round the goalkeeper. A question of the finish. And the Mariners equalise in the 89th minute. All smiles at Allianz. Unite round has a Central Coast Mariners goal for Jing Reese. And a late leveller that sets this one up for stoppage time.
Jing Reek's 89th minute equaliser putting a dent in Melbourne Victory's title charge as Tony Popovic's men blew the chance to open up a potential 5-point gap at the top of the ladder. Join us after the break as we bring you another 3 clashes in the Isuzu Ute A-League featuring goalfests between Adelaide United and Sydney, while Perth and Wellington faced off in the distance derby. Back to the Isuzu Ute A-League highlight show. The second game, taking place on Saturday evening, saw Adelaide United and Sydney FC go head-to-head at Allianz Stadium. The Reds have found wins hard to come by in recent weeks, securing just 2 victories from their last 9 league matches, while Sydney FC have hit a purple patch under Ufuk Talay and were out to make it 4 wins on the bounce. Daniel McBreen and Robbie Thompson are your match commentators for this one.
Here goes Ryan Grant. That's a good ball for Caceres, whose touch is superb, and Caceres, inside 7 minutes, has clearly recovered from that ankle injury as he just clipped the ball beyond Delianov. Sydney are on the front foot again. Home to Western United and Wellington as the ball in behind for Halloran and Ibasuki. Wonderful cross from Ben Halloran, who was also back in the starting 11 and providing the quality. Ibasuki's goal-scoring form continues. Here's Ibasuki again. That's a great turn and a great finish. Well, do you need another striker? Hiroshi Ibasuki is in the form of his life at the moment. Again, Halloran was involved, and Adelaide have come from behind for the first time this season. As here goes Ibasuki again. Halloran in the middle, Ibasuki to return the favour, and it's in from Irankunda. Flag is up.
Well, Alex King's saying goal.
He's saying,
But the linesman...
it is a goal.
There's the play there. In fact, on the Harvey Norman replay, he's onside. And it's another devastating attack from Adelaide United. Great ball in there. Can't quite get there, Halloran. And there he is, the man that everyone talks about. Well, we spoke Ibasuki about not running away from defenders. He timed his run to perfection. That's a beautiful ball. And there he is.
Jovanovic is in the middle, the early cross. Ibasuki, great header! It's in the back of the net. It's a hat-trick. A first in the Isuzu Ute A-League competition for the man they call hero. And tonight, he well and truly is. Adelaide 4, Sydney 1. Bobolina closing him down. Caceres crosses back post towards Lolly, who climbed well. Wood is there, and Lolly bundles the ball home. Adelaide won a free kick. They think there was a foul on Delianov. And perhaps the comeback is on. Just 3 minutes after Ibasuki made a 3-goal cushion. Now it's back to 2. Gets it wide for Lolly. This time on his left foot, Lolly hits it again, deflected, and it's in! And it is game on! How much time will referee Alex King add on? We've had another long stoppage after the 90 to clean up that wound for Ryan Grant. Joe Lolly has another double. He is Sydney's go-to man.
Hiroshi Ibasuki's stunning hat-trick firing Adelaide to a memorable win over the Sky Blues, and the Reds now sit in 5th place, hot on the heels of the Central Coast Mariners. Sunday saw Brisbane Roar and Newcastle Jets meet at Allianz Stadium as Brisbane boss Ben Kahn went in search of his first win in charge of the club. Having lost their last 4 league matches, the Roar were out to avoid a 5th defeat, which would equal their longest ever losing streak in competition history. As for Newcastle, a 4th win of the season would see them keep pace with the teams currently occupying the all-important finals places. Your match commentators for this one are Daniel McBreen and Glenn Lauder.
As Ingham links up with Steins again, cuts back, Stamatolopoulos! And there it is! He had 2 opportunities earlier in the game, and he's not going to be denied a 3rd time.
Daniel Steins, great vision, and what a quality finish that is from Apostolos Stamatolopoulos.
I'm sure Zlatan will tell you there's only one Zlatan. Here's Jay O'Shea with plenty of space. O'Shea! Jay O'Shea from almost nothing for Brisbane Roar. Beats Ryan Scott at the front post. Celebrates with the den. And can you believe it? Brisbane Roar are back in the contest. Towards the front post. Macklin Freak fumbles, it's still in there. And Newcastle will get the goal through Philip Chanchar. He was the villain last week, and he's the hero potentially this evening for Newcastle. Freak couldn't deal with the corner, and all of a sudden, the Jets are back in it. It's 2-1. Delivery is toward the back post again. Aldred was there, and now Markovski bundles it in. Jonas Markovski in game number 7 scores from close range for Brisbane Roar. His maiden A-League goal. And Brisbane, with less than 10 minutes to go, are back in this one. Both teams sort of love 3 points to stay in touch with that glut of teams, including McCarthy, you just saw in 7th place on 18 points. Of course, that distance derby, which is being played in Sydney, is still underway between Perth Glory and Wellington.
Previous to the games being played now, we've seen late drama, late goals. Don't rule it out. And Brisbane Roar are claiming here that they want a penalty.
It's just open to so much interpretation is the issue when it comes to natural position. It'll be a huge story. And Brisbane, Tom Aldred is clapping and celebrating as Jack Morgan points to the spot. Drama at the end of your night round. Jay O'Shea, bottom right-hand corner from Ryan Scott. And it is Brisbane 3, Newcastle 2. After the Jets' dominance, it is Brisbane celebrating the raw lead, and the Jets can scarcely believe it.
A double from Jay O'Shea, securing a much-needed win for Brisbane Roar, who snapped their 4-game losing streak to move up into 8th on the ladder and are now just 1 point outside the top 6. The final game of Unite Round saw a unique version of the distance derby take place as Perth Glory and Wellington Phoenix met halfway at CommBank Stadium. Given other results, Giancarlo Italiano's Wellington knew a win over the Glory would be enough to send them back to the top of the league, and with Costa Barbarouses bagging 6 goals in his last 4 games, they were confident of dispatching a Perth side sat second bottom, having conceded 24 goals in 11 matches. Your commentators for this one are Archie Thompson and Ben Homer.
The issue against the Reds was maybe not the speed to go toe-to-toe with the likes of Iran Kunda or tonight Benny and Ivanovic, so it's Sutton in that spot, and this is where Benny is. The early delivery in towards the box, it spills for Khalifi, who's putting it back to Taggart, and Adam Taggart just cannot stop scoring this season. 8 for the campaign. Barbarouses in behind. Barbarouses, there it is! Goals in 5 straight matches. For the first time in his career, Costa Barbarouses is in white-hot form. And Wellington are back level. Perth controlling possession, but giving it up in a key area once again. David Ball. Crucial touch off the calf of Muir, but Kryev goes down in the box. Wellington fans go up. Rufer rifles it at goal. Alex Rufer, the captain, with a huge goal. He doesn't score many, but how critical could that be right before half-time? Quite heavy, the rain here at CommBank Stadium. We're expecting this to come down at around 8:45, and it certainly has delivered. The heavens have opened. It shouldn't be around for long though. Shushnia driving forward. Oh, what a strike from Alex Shushnia. That is right from the top draw from the centre back. That is one of the goals of the season. And from a defender as well. 2-2 here at CommBank. The distance derby is delivering. Kryev, Barbarouses bearing down on goal again. Here is Payne! Tim Payne with a goal! What is going on tonight? First Alex Rufer, and now it's Tim Payne. Just his second goal. And here's David Williams with a chance, laying it off to Carluccio! You just cannot make this up! Jared Carluccio off the bench, straight onto the score sheet with his first goal for Perth Glory at the home of his parent club, and it's 3-3 at CommBank. How about that for a pass from Rufer? Payne! Oh, there's another! Barbarouses with a double! This man will not be stopped. 8 goals now in his last 5 matches. Wellington return to the lead.
Another incredible performance from Costa Barbarouses, sealing a dramatic distance derby win for Wellington, who now sit on top of the ladder after their 7th win of the season. That's all for this week on the Isuzu Ute A-League Highlights Show. We'll see you next time.